I want to talk about Hamza's breakup a little more as we now have a tiny bit more information on what Hamza's been doing since the breakup. But if you haven't checked out my last video talking about the situation and where I give you my personal thoughts on if it was the right choice for Hamza to break up with his girl or not, please watch that now for the full context of this video if you have not already. But this time, with the new information we have, I'm going to be properly breaking down why Hamza ended the relationship with his past woman and telling you the real reason why Hamza broke up with his girl. And it all starts with the information Hamza has given us in his last few videos. And what is that information, you may be asking? Well, Hamza has told us multiple times that after his breakup, he's been on multiple dates with other women, which obviously he has the right to do as he's single now, right? It's not like he's cheating. But it just doesn't make the most sense to me why he's doing this, and it's just because the main reason what I originally thought why Hamza broke up with his girl was because, you know, he wanted to live his life, you know, experience his prime. You know, Hamza's in his prime right now. He's making the most money he's ever made. Obviously, his YouTube channel's growing, so he's in his prime right now, and he wants to, you know, live his life and experience that, and not settle down yet. And that's completely fine, as, you know, he felt as if his relationship was holding him back. And, you know, once again, that's fine. But then why are you going on a bunch of dates with other women if you don't want to be in a relationship? Because me personally, if I broke up with my girl purely for the fact that she's holding me back, this relationship's holding me back, and I want to live my life and be single, I wouldn't waste my time talking to girls only a few, you know, weeks, months afterwards, because I know nothing would come out of it. I don't even want to pursue a relationship with these women, so what's the point? It's almost like he's wasting his time with these random women, high value or not. I'm not saying these women aren't high value. I mean, it'd be even worse if he was hanging out with degenerate girls, but from what Hamza's talked about, the few women he's, you know, been on dates with are high value, and that's fine. But I don't know, like, I'm surprised that he wouldn't want to just live his life and focus less on women, which is what you would usually do, especially after a breakup. You know what I think about this? I think that Hamza does deep down want to be in a deep, loving, committed relationship with a woman, even after breaking up with his girl of like 2 years or however long it was. He must do, because if I was as rich and famous as Hamza, and I've just broken up with a woman, I am having a long break, at least like 6-month break of like properly like taking women out, going on dates. Yeah, you know, you might still have sex and stuff, but like I'm talking like proper like going on dates, you know, and all that stuff, trying to actually like build relationships with women and enjoying life, because I've been with a woman for so long and I'm finally free again. I'm finally free to do what I want. But, you know, even after, soon after this breakup, Hamza is still meeting other women, building strong relationships with these women. So it makes me think that, you know, the truth of the breakup was that he fell out of love with his ex, because now I'm starting to think Hamza does want to be in a relationship, and if he wanted to be in a relationship, he would have just stayed with his girl, right? But I think he fell out of love, which is not what I thought initially. What I thought was the main reason for them breaking up was because they had different goals. Hamza didn't want to settle down anymore. His girl did. You know, his girl didn't want to be in a city and all that. So they had different goals and they ended the relationship. But now I'm starting to think there was a bit more to it. You know, Hamza was living with his girl for so long that he wasn't even thinking straight and saying to his, you know, past girlfriend, okay, you know, if we just don't live together and continue our relationship more apart, we'll love each other more and the relationship will be stronger. He straight up must have lost all attraction to her, to the point where he didn't even want to work things out. He just wanted out of the relationship. And I wouldn't think this if not too long after the breakup, he's already taking girls on dates and, like I said, building relationships with them. And also, like I said, I would understand if he was just like having sex with these girls, just using them for his own pleasure. But the way Hamza talks, you know, he still says like casual sex is degenerate and all that, and it's almost like he's trying to find the one again, even though he had the one. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like his ex sounded like a really high value woman, like one of the most high value women I've ever heard about. I mean, she didn't even have social media. She wanted to settle down in the woods and not be around people. She only like needed Hamza to like truly be happy, and that sounds like a dream come true, and Hamza just killed that dream. And, you know, I mean, watch my last video on the Hamza breakup to, know my real thoughts on this situation. And like I've said a bunch of times already in this video and my last video on the breakup, this all just doesn't make too much sense to me. But to sum it all up, I think Hamza lost feelings with his girl because they were always together. His goals changed and he didn't want to settle down anymore. He wanted to live life, live in the city, blah blah blah. And also his feelings changed. Maybe his girl turned him off in ways like, when you're together all the time you start to learn more about your partner, and maybe his girl was really like doing stuff that he wasn't messing with, and just like that he ended it, right? He didn't even want to try and work things out with her, and it's fair enough, I guess. I would only assume that Hamza wants to find a girl that fits with his current lifestyle. But then what happens if Hamza changes his mind again? Because something to know about Hamza, if you don't know him very well, is if he changes his mind very quickly. One moment he wants to live in the woods, settle down, have a kid, and like next week he'll want to be in the city, have fun with the boys, you know what I mean? So he changes his mind very quickly. What happens if Hamza wants to start a new life and maybe even move to another country? Is he gonna break up with that girl he's currently with too, because she might not really want to change that drastically as Hamza does? I don't know. But anyway, it's one big loop when it comes to the relationship Hamza's in. He's always ending relationships and stuff like that. I don't think he's been in a relationship for longer than 2 years. I think the relationship he was just in was possibly his longest, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, hopefully the relationship he is next in is the one that works out, and the woman Hamza marries, and we all get a happy ending with Hamza's life. I don't know. But anyways, do not forget to check out my first video on the breakup if you haven't already. Thank you for watching as always. Take care and peace. Bye bye.